Welcome everyone to our first Maximize Monday opportunity call for 2017. And we are so excited to be able to talk to you about the XANGO opportunity. Now each week you'll be able to tune in and hear from different leaders and different customers and distributors and people who are using our XANGO products and experiencing magnificent results, and also doing this as a business as well. So to introduce our speakers tonight and to talk about this amazing opportunity tonight, we have a 500K premier, a multi-million-dollar earner on the line, also an industry veteran for over 30 years, personally mentored by Jim Rohn, and I feel like I've been personally mentored by Jim Rohn because he is also not only my friend, my business partner, but also my sponsor. So Ray Herron, take it away and tell us about this amazing opportunity.
Thank you, Collie. I appreciate that very much. Some of you will hear a bit of wind noise. Just pay no attention to that. My good friend that's going to do our product testimony tonight is having to stand out in the wind to get a better signal. We make such sacrifices, don't we? Steve, I want to thank you in advance. You're just a special friend of mine. Everybody, you're in for a real treat tonight. We do have a new format for these calls. We're going to be short and concise. These calls will not go beyond 20 minutes, maybe less, because the whole idea for me to introduce you to XANGO is to maybe just give you a little drink of water, not open the fire hydrant on you. And, I made the mistake. I've been doing this full time for 31 years, and thank God I have a blast every day and got friends all over the world. But I probably opened up the fire hose on people in my beginning days in this industry because I was so excited for what it was doing for me. It took us from poverty to plenty, and I probably got a little bit aggressive with people. And I have found over the years that it's easier just to casually meet with people, let them try your products and stuff. And we build our business on testimonies. We build business on testimonies on our products and testimonies on the business opportunity itself. So we just want to give you a little taste of XANGO. That's what these calls are about. Something that would entice you to look further at this opportunity, look deep at it, and get your questions answered. So that's about all you can do. You can't describe how a rose smells over the phone, and I don't think I could even come close to describing what this company has accomplished, what it's meant to us, and literally a couple of million people over the last 14 years. Can't do that in 20 minutes, but if we can just create some interest, then we've done our job. Tonight, you're in for a special treat. I wanted to start these first calls with testimony on our flagship product, XANGO. It's not on trial, folks. We've done well in excess of $2 billion in sales with this one product, all throughout the world in 43 different countries. And, you can't do that on hype. You got to have a product that speaks louder than you do. And because of this product, it introduced me to this young man that's going to talk to you here tonight. And he is one of my best friends in the world. I spend lots of time with him when I can in his home, and him and his lovely wife, Barb, in my home. He's just a great friend. And, that's one of the real pluses in the kind of business that we do. You get to meet some phenomenal people, and he certainly is. His life, I'm sure he'll describe it to you, was an absolute wreck when this product made its way to him. It did that by way of, we have a lodge up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and one day we get a knock on the door. We were just moving into this lodge. We don't live there. We used it for training facilities for our XANGO business. His wife said, I saw the little article in the paper, and I just wanted to come by and meet you and find out what this is all about. And so she's a lovely lady. She loves to talk, and I love to listen. And we spent a little time together, and she began to tell me about her husband, Steve. Had a horrible construction accident and didn't have much quality of life at all. And my thought was at the time, I don't think this is an accident, because I've kind of seen some results that XANGO, was having with people, especially people that were involved with pain at that time. And so as things that are ordered happen, we sent home a case of this juice with his wife, Barb, one night, and a nice steak dinner. I'd never met this man, and I said, have your husband try this stuff. I think it's going to help him. And Steve, if you would just tell us and take the time that you want to tell us what this has meant to you and how it changed your life.
Well, thank you very much, Ray, for giving me the opportunity to speak to everybody on the call. That indeed, we just talked this afternoon. That was back in 2005, and by February of 2006, I wasn't needing pain medications any longer, and that's now been 11 years or so. So it's been a real blessing to me personally. I had a spinal cord injury from a construction accident where I was crushed under 20,000 pounds of building materials, and it folded me in half, right about at my navel level. My feet and my face pushed underground, shattered my femurs, my thigh bones, and my pelvis and my knees, and lost some of the front edge of the vertebrae in my spine. And I got heavily addicted to morphine and other drugs, was on an awful lot of medications. And as Jim Rohn, the business philosopher, said, there were a couple of people in his life that if they were imprisoned in foreign countries unjustly, those people would come and get him. And Ray Herron is such a person to me, the person on this call. And I'm sitting here with another friend of mine, Uwe Ballo, and I feel the same way about both those guys. If they did something wrong, I'd come get them no matter what it took. But it was rather interesting that when I was first hurt, I tried to get away from winter, and I came south, and Uwe was kind enough to find me a place to stay. And he saw what shape I was in when I was taking so much morphine that my eyes would leak tears and without me crying. I mean anesthesia from that amount of drugs. And I was not doing well at all. And I'm here in Alabama helping him work on his son's house, doing some major remodeling here. And just spent the last couple of days laying ceramic tile. And I don't bring Uwe up or any of that lightly, but he's been a great friend over the years, just like Ray. And he's seen what's happened to me. I doubt I can coax him to saying a word or two here, but if he's willing, I'll hand him the phone in a little bit, because he saw what happened to me, the shape I was in, and then he saw once I started drinking XANGO, which he himself drank, and has had some minor results with gastrointestinal things. And now he sees what I'm capable of now, and it's been remarkable. I think it's a miracle. And just wanted to offer if he's willing to speak a little. But for the audience at large, I was a huge skeptic because I was in laboratory medicine was my background. And my wife kept bringing me all these health food things and say, try shark's cartilage, try glucosamine, try this, try that. And I was on the heaviest morphine possible, and it still wasn't helping with the pain in my back. And so I tried all that stuff because she bought it, and she worked extra jobs to pay for it. But until XANGO came along, there really wasn't much relief from any of that stuff. But the case Ray sent home with me, I did drink it, and I did notice it was in September, late August, September, did notice a little improvement. Then the weather got cold, and I started getting worse. And I met Richard O'Brien. He said, drink more juice. So we did. We couldn't afford it, but we ordered more anyway. And that's it. I stayed on the product 2 ounces 3 times a day for 6 months. And I got off every medication, 26 of them, that I was on very slowly. And it wasn't much fun, the withdrawals. But by February, I was drug-free. And interestingly enough, none of my doctors wanted anything to do with it. Even the neurosurgeons at Mayo Clinic and Johns Hopkins, all those places, they just pretty much said, good for you. They weren't going to tell their other patients about it in any way. So I'm extraordinarily blessed to have come from being basically bedridden and unable to work, and now putting in, 8-9 hour days. I'm not young anymore, but I still give it heck. And I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. And I wanted to thank you, Ray, and say how very much that I think everybody on the call that knows somebody that's tried everything, nothing seems to work for them for pain, or people with gastrointestinal problems, people with kidney problems in particular, and lung problems, especially the lung. I've just seen really good things in people we've passed the juice to and had them try it. And I'm not making any claims, but I think it's a wonderful thing if you can give someone something to try, or at least have them order some and try it and see what happens. I think very often wonderful things will happen.
Well, Steve, I appreciate you more than you know. You know that I love you, and I'm just, I think this was a God thing. I just happened to have the stuff that he knew would do some phenomenal things for you. And if we had time tonight, and I know everybody would probably forgive me if I went over the 20 minutes, but you could talk for a long, long time, because I know I've seen the suffering that you have gone through, and you're no longer that person anymore. And folks, I got to tell you, he can do the work today of any 3 to 5 people that I'm at a loss for words, and those that know me, that doesn't happen too often. But I'm thrilled, and I thank God all the time that somehow, by his graces, that we met, and this product has done what it's done for you. And I know it's going to continue. We got a long track record. As I said, folks, this product is absolutely not on trial at all. It works every day. It works in 43 countries all over the world, and we all depend on it for good health. Which brings this up in mind. Of course, you got to have products like that. XANGO's got a whole lot more than just XANGO, but that's what we started with, and that's all we had for many years. We have other product lines now, and you're going to be hearing about those every week. There's going to be a new host on the call. In fact, I believe next week it's Tom Ferrier, good friend of mine, and he's going to be talking about the new metabolic weight loss system that we have. It's incredible. I can just tell you this, just a little teaser. We've had quite a number of people lose as much as 10 pounds in 1 week. Now, that sounds a little bit unbelievable, I know, but it's absolutely true. So I think XANGO has another big winner coming up, and all of us, we know lots of people that could certainly use a product like that. So I want to do a little promo for next week's call. So get everybody on the line for sure. XANGO, folks, hey, look, what can I say? It's not, the company itself is not on trial. It's been around now. We're 14-plus years old. They've never, ever missed a commission payment to distributors. By the way, Steve, forgive me. Steve is a 20K distributor here at XANGO. He never intended to probably do 2 things, drink this product or much less build a business. But because of what the product's done for him, he's told some people, and he's made quite a lot of money over this time. And that can happen to all of us. But XANGO's a phenomenal opportunity. As I said, it's proven itself year after year, and the commissions have been wonderful. As Collie said, we've been blessed beyond measure when it comes to the finances. And many people, folks always say this in networking, we're just looking for people that are looking for us. We're looking for people out there that are looking for natural shortcuts to better health, and those that want to make more money. Now, that's a category that covers everybody that Ray Herron's ever known. Especially today, people are looking for natural shortcuts to better health. Insurance is so crazy, not to mention that it's expensive and deductibles are so high. People are really looking to stay away from the doctor. And as Steve said, XANGO don't make medical claims. This is his own personal story. This is still America. He's allowed to tell that. XANGO makes no claims. I don't make any claims. We usually just say, hey, give this product a try and see what it can do for you. And that's basically how we build a business. Look, if it's a business that you want to build, it'll come. I have a 4-step philosophy I've used for 31 years that never has failed me. I teach people it's a 4-step system. Number 1, we're just shortage of people. They're all over the world. And what kind of people are we looking for? Those that are looking for natural shortcuts to better health and those that want to earn more money. And we share our product with them. In my case, I gave a case of juice. Many times I've given a bottle of juice, and we have plenty of other products that are really probably in a little better sample form. So number one, we're looking for people to talk to. Number two, want to share some product with them. In my case, it's usually giving a sample. That way I don't have to, be fearful of trying to sell something to someone. It's just an introductory gift so that they can give me a little bit of their attention. Let me tell them about this wonderful company. And number three, I follow up on the number two process. Follow up with them. What do you think of the product? Most of the time, they will give you a testimony and what the product's done for them. They'll have a question or two, and that leads me to number four. I put them on with a team call. I might put them on with someone like my friend Steve here or my friend Collie. Just put them on the phone, team call, 1, 2, 3, 4. Number one, look for people to talk to. Number two, share some product with them. Number three, follow up. Number four, do a team call. How often do you do that? Well, as often as you want to build a business that maybe you have in mind. XANGO has a unique compensation plan. It pays 50%. It's a 50% partnership. You build a business and they take 50% to run the company, and they pass down 50% to their distributors, and it is distributed through 9 levels of people. People say to me, well, what does that mean? Well, it means just this. If I introduce it to you, you're number one. You introduce it to someone, that's number 2. They introduce it to someone, that's number 3. They introduce it to someone, that's number 4. All the way down through 9 levels. The computer tracks that, takes the commissions and divides it out. The company keeps 50% and spreads pays you 50% down through 9 levels of people. Extremely generous, the XANGO compensation plan. The person who invited you on the call can go into some more details, but essentially that's what we do. We got a 50% partnership with the company who has a product that's life-changing, products that are life-changing. Pay us through 9 levels. It is a wonderful way to build a business from your home that's totally portable. Costs almost no money to get involved. It is, frankly, all it requires is a little bit of desire. That's it. A little bit of desire and be a little bit coachable. We'll do the work for you. If you decide this is for you and you want to get in, I promise you, the first year of your business, we'll probably do the lion's share of the work. We just need you to introduce these life-changing products to people and the company, and we'll take over from there. You can't beat a deal like that. I started a lot of businesses in my life, and, prior to network marketing, and it's expensive. I failed at all of them. And I often wonder, I sit back, I look at my life, and one of the biggest frustrations I have is that I work in an industry that gets prejudged a lot by people. It's not for me. Well, it wasn't for me either, but somehow, with a little bit of faith, I just kind of put one foot forward and said, well, I'll give it a try. I am glad that I did, and I often think this, who in the world wouldn't want to do what I do? I have a blast, and they pay me very handsomely to do it, and I got friends like Steve everywhere, in countries everywhere, and it's phenomenal. And listen, it ought to be one of the wonders of the world, this industry called network marketing, and certainly this company is ranked up there extremely high. It's one of the best. I like to say it's my choice and your opportunity, and I say that to many people all the time. Everybody, I could go on forever. I've already passed the 20-minute clock. I knew I was going to do it, only by a couple of minutes. But thank you so much for investing a little time with us this evening. And I hope that you embrace these calls because I think they're going to be very beneficial to you. Anybody that you ever thought of that needs to lose a little bit of weight, that would have some interest in trying something brand new that's already proven to be extremely productive, get him on the call next week. Tom Ferrier is one of my good friends, and believe me, he'll do a better presentation than the one you've heard here tonight. But I can tell you one thing, you're going to have to search long and hard to find a better testimony than my good friend Steve. And Steve, if you're still listening, once again, I love you. Thank you so much for taking the time this evening. I know you've been working hard all day. Thank you so very much. And Collie, thank you. Everybody, thank you so much. Have the best week of your life, and we'll see you at this same time next week with Tom Ferrier. Thanks, everyone, and good night.